My non-guilty guilty pleasure show is back for season 6, and the melodrama continues. But that's why we watch, right? Against the backdrop of Mel and Jack's romantic spring wedding season, the 6th installment promises fresh twists and turns, escalating love triangles, delightful wedding drama, as well as uncovered secrets from Mel's father's past, which will transport us to the magic and mystique of Virgin River in the 1970s. So the 10-episode arc is centered around Mel and Jack's wedding, but true to form with Virgin River, there are a ton of intersecting dramatic storylines that weave in and out to tell us the story of all of the residents of this small mountain town. Now, for as much as I have been hooked on this show, knowing full well that it's a soap opera just with less episodes, this season became a struggle for me, and it began to wear me down. The acting is still exactly what it has been. I mean, nothing is overly atrocious, but it's not Oscar caliber either. And I'm going to look at for that. I mean, the issue here with season 6 is that there are way too many competing storylines that are just looking for prominence, leaving them all to feel distracted. And I fully expected to get the overly dramatic tension, where each issue blown way out of proportion to what it actually is. The writing, it doesn't disappoint in this area. Mel has drama with Doc, with her dad, with her sister. Doc has drama with Mel, with Hope, with Mel's dad, with a neighboring hospital. Preacher has drama with a court case and his new girlfriend. Brady, Bree, and Mike also have their share of clashes. I mean, it's probably at this point just easier to list who doesn't have drama with somebody. And it's not a criticism of the stories either. A lot of the reason I watch is the schmaltzy fantasy of how quickly and easily issues are resolved between our characters. I mean, it's a pleasant escape from real-world drama. But, and here it is a huge but, the season stretched my patience for how many different arcs the writing could cram into each of the episodes. Multiple storylines create a jumbled and skimpily addressed narrative. No arc gets significant focus, leading to a season that is made up of vignettes that are mildly connected, but not impactful, thanks also to just an absence of time devoted to any particular story. It becomes an ADHD experience of bouncing around between characters, locations, and scenarios. And I know that the show has always followed several storylines through the episodes, but this season, it felt as though the amount had just become exorbitant. And it's as if this had been written by an octopus with each tentacle riding independently, or like riding roulette maybe. What part of the story are we going to tell right now? Hey, let's roll and find out. No tension is ever established, or at least it's not maintained, thanks to the rapid resolutions and then quickly changing focus. It's as if the show is saying, hey, look over here. And then a second later, no, look at me, way over here. Followed then, by a few seconds of story, and then shouting from an entirely different direction, hey, don't forget about me. I mean, I know we've only touched on my arc once in 4 episodes, but I need some attention. And again, I am not against the multiple stories. I'm totally in this for the melodrama. But we never sit still long enough to connect with an arc or character line. And some of the times, certain characters, they just feel as if they have been left by the wayside, even though the plot took great pains to insert their presence. It's also getting predictably tiresome that no character can ever enjoy just a moment of solace or joy. There's a constant black cloud of dread looming that just attacks at each obvious moment without fail. As I had said before, the supposed central storyline for this season was Mel and Jack's wedding, but we only sporadically get the wedding and the planning. And even when it eventually arrives, the dour scene that immediately follows, it's right on cue, removing a bunch of the sentimentality and happiness that we should be celebrating with our characters. And I'm not asking for the show to all of a sudden abandon what has made it so much fun as an escape, but I do want a reason to stay connected to the characters. And without an effort to stick with them for more than 3 minutes at a go, it's a challenge to look forward to more of this. Now, this season is a bit shorter than most of the others, with only 10 episodes at each around 50-ish minutes. I think had the writing spaced out the different arcs, devoting more time to each character's journey, an additional 2 episodes like we've gotten for most of the other seasons would have made this more emotionally investing. And for as much as I have bemoaned all of the shortcomings of this season when it comes to how the story's laid out and the lack of time that our characters are given to experience happiness, the finale did leave me intrigued, even though I think it was pretty obvious where it was going to lead. And for as frustrating as it was to constantly be shifting gears to each storyline like a caffeine-addled raccoon, I'm still willing to give Season 7 a go when it arrives. I just hope that they trim the fat and then consolidate the tangents to return this to the simplified view of small-town life. So overall, Season 6 of Virgin River takes what has made the show a guilty binge and multiplies the story complications exponentially, leaving each arc and interaction to be a fleeting shadow of impactful storytelling, choosing quantity over quality and robbing fans of well-developed, gossip-worthy, character-driven tension. The characters are enjoyable, and the season includes a few surprises for fans, but the series also works against itself by depriving the characters and storylines adequate time to flesh out their plots so as to fully engage and connect with the audience. While this may remain on many guilty pleasure watch lists, the show is making it difficult to want to return to the mountainous grandeur of Virgin River. There's sex, no nudity, some profanity, and some violence. I give Season 6 of Virgin River 2 out of 5 couches. I mean, I'm still going to watch another season. I'm just not fully looking forward to it. All right, so my guess is that if you're watching a review of the 6th season, you're at least mildly invested in this show. So who's your favorite character? Also, who's your least favorite character? Let me know both of those in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.